Hello everyone, it's Mel from Everything Marmy. My goodness, okay, so I was starting to film. I was like 15, 20 minutes into this Plan With Me dailies, and I was uploading my last video and it cut out. My apologies, but here we are. And I'm just going to straighten the camera up with this clip here because it always angles. So I was trying this pen out, this Kaleido pen here, because I remembered the name, and the gray one here doesn't seem to have any, like, it's dried out. So, like, I have these Pitt Artist pens, and I was looking for Hobonichi pens, and they're probably in the bag I've got out in the van, unless they are, no, I don't know where they are. Probably in a very obvious spot, but nonetheless, I'm going to use this one. So this has black, blue, red, and yeah, just 3 colors, but it doesn't have the green on it. But if I need green, then I can use this one here. Okay. So basically, I just used the Fudenosuke pen to write November, and I wish I could letter, but that's the best I can do. And I laid down washi tapes, this one here for the bottom, and then I decided to do this one in a couple of places, and I still feel like it needs more of this color in there. And I've got pen on my finger, ever so elegantly. Let's see here. I was telling how, like, the winds have really picked up, and I thought that it's a real strong possibility, but I hope our power doesn't go out. But yeah, and I heard the raccoons outside, so I went outside, and I heard them because they were fighting. So there was 2 mamas out there, and one had 2 and the other had 3. Well, the one who has the 3, she's territorial, right? Like, this is her corner, if you will. And oh, I don't know about that. Like that there. Let's see. Okay, that's better. And the one with, yeah. Okay, how am I going to do this? One sec, guys. Okay. Just use that there. So I don't want to waste it. Now I got to put another one down there. Okay. So it came off. That's why. Okay. Just needs 2. So yeah, they were all fighting out there. So I made sure there was enough food. But it's funny because the one raccoon with the 2 kits, her kits fight, like, with each other even. Like, they're scrappy. And the other one, it's like they know me as their, I don't know, godmother or something. It's an odd thing to say about raccoons, I know, but, and even about myself, but that's how I feel, because they don't even, like, run away when I go to fill up. I've now put their food in an actual, well, it was like a roasting pan, and then I bring it in the day and clean it out so it doesn't, like, get dirt and stuff like that in it, because I was just throwing it on the ground and then the rats were coming. It was terrible. So I'm going to go back to this. So my daughter showed up at 11 o'clock yesterday, and I took her home. Well, she wanted to go to the Dollarama, and I wanted to beat traffic, so we left about 2:30. So in that time, and before that I was filming, so I'm going to do AM routine, and then I'll do in red YouTube film, and then, which was closer to there, and then this Liv arrived. She did a lot of work in the garage. She also took up a lot of cardboard. I went and got all these boxes for books, and some of the boxes that I got, like I went and collected them from different like places, and some of them she said were garbage, so, or for recycling, so she took them up to the recycling, which was really awesome. I didn't expect her to do that. So garage and cardboard removal. So this is really a two done. So basically, oh, and then I began my kitchen and dishes and stuff like that, and my floor is still sticky from the sugar water from the hummingbird, and my daughter said that I'm literally going to have to use like a Goo Gone or something, because the linoleum is so old in my unit, and I literally have towels down on the floor because when I was going in there it was sticky. Like a quarter cup of sugar was like melted into or dissolved into a cup of boiling water, and half of that I would say fell on the floor. So my kitchen is very small. It's like a little galley kitchen, like no bigger than a boat's galley kitchen, like honestly. Not a ship, but a boat, like, you know. So, and then when I was doing dishes in there, my water turned cold on me. So then I did laundry because I wash in cold water. So I got most of my dishes done, but I still have to do it. But it went cold. And then I also, I'm just going to say Liv garage. She set up my rebounder again too, because it's cold now, and a rebounder helps with blood flow in the body and whatnot. So even if I do 3 to 5 minutes to begin, it's got a bar on it for my balance. I need that. Set up rebounder. And also we installed another light out in my garage. Installed. It's a camp light, but it's like great. It's a real nice, like if I was to film myself, it's the kind of light that I could film if I'm camping or whatnot. So it's really part of my like kit if I go out into the bush camping. And then what else? Cardboard. Cycle. And then I also worked on just general housework. Okay, so this, I wonder if that'll smear if I put color on that. Let's see. Oh, good. Here, I'll just... Okay. It says 3:08, but for a second my eyesight read that as Sunday, and I'm like, what? It wasn't Sunday. So I'm just going to put a box by all these tasks. That word is hard to say. Try saying tasks 3 times. I feel like I have a lisp. So all of those were done. I'm more of a to-done person, like not a to-do. And then did I film 2 or 1 yesterday? Just 1, I think. Film. Was it Mental Health Binder? Yeah. Normally, I don't really care to stay in the lines. Like, I'm just trying to see. Like, see, I'm like big here. And then there's a couple in here I really, really like, which... No idea where they are. They're... You know what? There they are. There they are. So this, to me, is better. So, and really, like, there's very limited stickers. This is better. I like this better than this already. But I'm just trying different things. I have to use tape to get that down, too. Squashy is kind of fickle. And then post, upload, post, and description box. That's the part about the videos, all the hashtags, right? So that was done. And then Instagram. Can't tell if that's a wind or somebody screaming. One sec. Oh, it sounds like one of the kids are screaming out there. I hope they're not killing each other. They must be fighting. What happens is that, like, one will run away, but one of the kids will get left behind, and then they start screaming because they're, like, afraid. So I did have time yesterday to get to some Instagram. Not all of them. So if I haven't got to you, I will shortly. There's just been a lot, so I generally get to people that I know first, and then if I haven't heard from you before, like, I will. I'm just doing my best. So I think I answered like 6 Instagram. Q&As basically, and then email sent responses. I can't remember how many, but I did. And then shopping, that says shipping, shopping, Dollarama, Dollar, it's an A, my goodness. Can I spell? That looks bad. What's wrong with you? Okay, that poor kid out there, I'm going to have to go check soon if it doesn't stop. I get so upset when they... Oh no, that's the wind. Wow. Okay, well, we were to have wind warnings up to, what did they say, 85 kilometers an hour? I don't know what that even means. I don't know what 85 kilometers an hour is. Like, I know in the vehicle. So, yeah. It's enough to sound like a screaming raccoon kid. Anyway, so my daughter wanted to go and get these croissants. Because I had some and I gave her some. And she was like, where'd you get those? And I'm like, Dollarama. So, but then I, like, what, they, like, usually have 6 of something. And I'll eat 1 or 2 and I'll be like, okay, that's enough of that product. And I give it away, right? And so she's like, okay, where'd you get that from? And then I needed 2 boxes of tissue. Oh, didn't finish this. Croissants for chocolate. And 2 boxes of tissue. Okay. So that was yesterday. And I talked about that in my last video. And then, so we left Dollarama. And then I dropped her off. These timings are wrong here. It was more like 1600 hours. And it was rush hour. And came home. And then I continued to work. I had soup for dinner. 1 meal a day. And that was how long was that fast? 22 hours? About. And then I just chilled. No, I did some writing and I read. And then I watched reels, basically. Like nothing. The state of nothing. Nothingness. Now, I did want to put this here. And then brain dump. Call dentist. What else? Activate new card. I don't really want to leave the house at all tomorrow except to take my daughter home. But I did buy some steaks for her, but I used the mushrooms and onions in the soup. I don't think she cares, so I don't really want to go to the store just for two little things. So we'll make do. I'll leave that there for now. And then, okay, so I'm just going to write, thought I could sleep. Thought I was tired. However, after sleeping from 10:30, that's like a record for me, to 7 a.m. Like, I must be fighting a cold because like 7, 8.5 hours, right? 10:30, yeah, 8.5 hours. That's a ton of time. I'm good now. And energized. I seriously only get about 3 hours of sleep at one time, and then maybe a nap. Maybe. So, like, having 8.5 hours would be 2 to 3 days worth of sleep for me. Energized. And I was. Great mood. I would say high mood. Which is rare. But I've just come off of 2 medications too. Came off, I mean, that was a 2.5 week, almost 3 week run. So yeah, and that was pretty brutal. But that was why I wanted to set up that mental health binder, because I've been documenting a progress report. So came off of 2 medications in 3 weeks, and now I think the addiction of them is over. One of the medication was to calm my panic attacks, but I was on that medication for 17 years. They put me on it in the military. And yeah, I didn't have a say. I had to take it. Like, in the military in Canada anyway, you don't have a say. You have to take it. If the doctor says you will take this, they own you. You have to take it. I didn't know that when I joined. So if you have children or anything and you live in Canada and you're thinking about military, just think about that. I remember going to basic training, and if anybody got sick or anything was going on, you were in pain, you know what they gave you? Ibuprofen. And if, like, I went there toting some like Pamprin, which was for period cramps and all this stuff, right? And sorry guys if you're watching, but this is life. And they took that all away. So they controlled the medication, which I understand, but in retrospect, I understand. I didn't think about that. Nobody told me. And just like nobody told me my underwear had to be folded into a 3x2 square because I was wearing thong, and they did not. TMI, my apologies. But just laying it out on the line. I didn't know anything. So, and many of the girls that had joined, they had military husbands. So, and my dad, even though he was in the forces and he was militant, did not share with me certain things. And it wouldn't have mattered because it was a whole like generation before. Different. And it was like almost an entire boys' club at that point. So, like, women just did not go into active duty. Not like now. So needless to say, I went on this medication because I was told to, and I have chosen now just to go off of it because I want to be on it as least as I need to be. And man, I feel good. Now, if I need it, I need it. That's fine. But I realized that this one particular medication I was on, clonazepam, is highly addictive, you guys. And there's no peer-reviewed paper on how to withdraw from it either. So you're living on the existence of it being so addictive. And it's got a secondary life of 3 weeks. So what that means is as you're coming off the drug, if you even once go up a level, you're back to that level. Like, that's it. And you can't go cold turkey off this stuff. It will really hoop your brain up. So, and you have to make like small changes. And I went as aggressively as I could, and I'm writing the paper that I hope to have peer reviewed on it, on how to withdraw from it, because there is not a paper out there. But I want people to pay attention to this, on the kinds of drugs that are out there that are legal and that people are on. The other one was sertraline, which is a mood booster. I didn't want to be on that for the rest of my life. No. So I only needed it because when I went on it, I had almost a debilitating depression. And I'd been on it about 18 months. And I knew that if I didn't get off it, I'd be one of those people that were on it for like the rest of their life. And I didn't want to be, because that drug too is, well, for some of us, not great. Like, I'm not here to tell anybody else. Like, if you need it, you need it, right? But yeah, it's just, I don't want to be having blister packs at my age. I just don't think I'm that old or need it. I think that my diet and exercise and lifestyle, those things can help too. So I'm trying those too. Okay. That was a lot of information that you guys probably didn't need a lot of oversharing. But if it helps you guys, I hope it does. I pretty much put everything out there, you know. High-level mood, which is rare, came off of 2 medications in 3 weeks. And now I think the addiction of them, because I don't know about sertraline, but I knew about the clonazepam, them is gone. Yay me. And I literally had to unplug and do everything because I was tearful. I was like, coming off of this stuff was brutal, you guys. Yeah. Okay, so today, tasks, I'm going to continue with kitchen because I have to use Goo Gone on the floor. Dishes. There's always dishes in my house, apparently, and it's because I wash my dishes twice. Don't ask me why, I just do. It's part of an OCD thing I have, and it's the same with my hands. I wash my hands twice. Can't help it, I know. I used to have a bleach addiction. It's just one of those things. And it's very, very hard to break certain habits, and I don't know why I have them, I just do. And like some people have said, OCD is not like it's a very serious condition. It's like compulsive. Like that's, you know, it's right there in the OCD, you know? Anyway, so that's why I always have dishes. That's why my kitchen's always a mess. And I'll ignore it. I'll ignore it because I know that I get fixated. So, and it's also very claustrophobic in my kitchen. And I don't like going in there because it's just like this enclosed space. So, and I have nobody to be accountable for or to, except myself and the Lord, right? So, the good Lord. Okay, continue with kitchen, dishes, living room, which needs a vacuum. Hopefully my daughter can do that. I'll put Olivia. Light bulbs. Changed. In dining room. And I don't want to do a donation run, but there's so many donations. I'm gonna just donation run. You might, I don't know. The weather's supposed to be like this on and off until noon tomorrow, so I don't know. I haven't really seen the updates. So, no sleep. I've already done an AM routine, which is, you know, taking care of my physical cleanliness and teeth and change of clothes and etc., etc. And then now I'm filming. And then Olivia should be here by 10. And then 5 p.m. it'll be dinner, and I'm cooking steaks, baked potato, and corn. That was what she wanted. And then we are going to watch Souls on Disney Plus. We already have this mapped out, you guys. My middle daughter said, Mom, you got to watch this movie. Instagram, hopefully I can respond to more Q&As and film daily and Hobo cousin Avec, and then description, and then upload and post. Okay. And let's get some orange on this one. I don't want it to... It doesn't seem to be blurring. The paper here. That's a nice bonus. Put this here. Then I'm gonna put about today. That's basically my Meta daily timings. And also, it's the Hunter Moon. No, is that the Hunter Moon? Yeah, it's the Hunter Moon. So they say moon. No, nothing really about like moon cycles or. Okay. So that's, yeah, I was going to put dots, but I decided not to because yeah. I think that's all good. And basically, I can flip her around, get her back in here. I hear a lot of trucks coming down, a lot of garbage trucks or worker trucks. Or I'm going to put this sheet back here. And there we go for the dailies, you guys. Like, basically, let's do that. Holds that down better. Let's see how long that took me this time. Well, this is a quicker video because, of course, obviously, this hasn't been filled in. But I'm wondering if I have... What do you have? Is that the only one I have? Maybe I'll do that. No, I don't like that. Okay, so I'll put you here. I do like this, but I think it needs to be... Okay. There. Now it looks like it's upside down, though, because I took too much. Off of it. There we go. Now I need to, let's see. And it needs one more, like, different kind of sticker. Something that's gonna pull it, like, pull this down and hold it down. Just like I'm gonna put this blue one here, just to indicate. Here. Pretty bad, right? I don't know. Does that go there? Yeah, we're going to leave that there. Why not? And let's see. My cold's getting better anyway. I feel like getting better. I hope yours is better, Marcia, and I hope you're feeling better, Monique. Okay, I'll do this. There. Okay, so I think that is basically it. It's a shorter video right now, but I'm pretty sure that I need to stop and like give my eyes a break. They are sore because the lights are really bright. And I've been here now for, oh, I don't know, a while. However, remember folks, as always, we are all perfectly imperfect. You're loved, needed, and wanted far, far more than you will ever know. As am I. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. I do want to do a plan with me on the Burgundy Filofax, which is the mental health binder, and go from there. Okay, you guys, I hope you have really a great day. Halfway through the week. Wednesday. Okay, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.